Hello and a very good day to all. We are from Group 4 would like to present our CPD project. Our team members consist of Sam, Jahui, Elma, myself, and Navin. What does a dehumidifier do? The purpose of dehumidifier is to remove moisture from air and provide humidity control. It reduces the presence of moisture-related allergens such as mites, mold, and mildew. Malaysia has a tropical rainforest climate that is hot and humid throughout the year, with a heavy and frequent rainfall. This indicates that our weather has been humid throughout the year, with the relative humidity levels ranging from 60 to 80% and occasionally reaching to 95% relative humidity. There are several problems relating to humidity, which are mold and fungus infecting, microbial growth, corrosion, and discomfort. In 2021, the global dehumidifier market size was estimated to be 3.78 billion USD. Furthermore, it is anticipated to grow at a CAGR of 7% from the year of 2022 to 2030. The chemical absorbent segment of dehumidifiers is expected to account for the largest revenue share. In Malaysia, the sales volume growth increased by 50%, which translates into a 36% sales value increase. The local market is expected to grow due to the multiple key drivers such as improvement of norm and standards for managing and controlling the humidity, encouraging consumer to spend more on convenience product, focus on products that improve lifestyles and living standards, the condition weather, and rising concerns to maintain indoor air quality due to the increase of number of respiratory diseases.
The application of dehumidifier is separated into several market segments representing commercial and industrial. The commercial is segmented into cold storage and food industry, while industrial application is further segmented into lithium battery, leather industry, pharmaceutical and medical, and also museums and archives.
Figure on the left depicts the Arsa Malaysia dehumidifier house of quality. Our product has a competitive edge in the market and can be predicted to generate sustainable profits throughout its business life cycle with Arsa Malaysian Continual Development Team, while figure on the right shows the Arsa Malaysia business model Canva. It shows all the key strategic factor and a complete overview of the market working, customers, revenue, and so on. This canvas helps Arsa Malaysia to assist businesses in visualizing and analyzing our approach.
Hi, I'm Xiaohui. Now I will be present on the product design of our dehumidifier. As a developed as a Malaysian dehumidifier is a business to customer B2C product, there are two main attributes that the product will be concerned with, which are functional and physical attribute. The table shown here is the knowledge base that has been developed on the product's performance for the development of the Asa Malaysia's dehumidifier. For the first attribute, which is the functional, so the dehumidifier is basically need to provide a comfortable air in living space and prevention of disease. And the properties responsible for this needs is the relative humidity, which is targeted to be fall in 40 to 50%. Meanwhile, for the physical attribute, there are two main needs which include the safety and the stability. For the safety, there are two main properties will be in charge of this, which is the flash point and the LC50 or LD50. Meanwhile, for the safety, we will aim for the boiling point and melting point of the desiccants to more than 80 degrees Celsius. There are two main mechanisms that can be used to remove moisture from the air in the dehumidifier, which are absorption and adsorption. In our product, the best mechanism for an interior dehumidifier is adsorption. So the adsorption is the physiochemical phenomena in our Malaysia dehumidifier. This is because silica gel is a solid organic amorphous material with a high surface area and a high moisture absorption capacity. The water molecule adhere to the surface area or desiccant because it has a lower vapor pressure than the surrounding air. The silica gel is a very porous component with a high number of voids that may contain water when needed. It can absorb about 40 of its weight of moisture. Once an equilibrium pressure is reached, no further adsorption processes will take place. Moving on, we'll go to the desiccant selection. There are 21 listed chemicals or desiccants that have the potential to be applied in our dehumidifier design. Therefore, the goal values of the properties stated in the knowledge base table before that start to play a role in the design. first property, which is the letter concentration SE50 value collector, we are able to filter a group of visible solutions, which are calcium oxide, sodium hydroxide, sodium sulfate, and also the silica gels. Next, move on to the second properties. The flash point are important to consider when designing a safe dehumidifier. So from the literature search, all of the desiccators are eligible as visible candidates. So next, moving on for the stability, all desiccant candidates also meet the requirement of stability of the desiccants to remain in a solid phase throughout their life cycle to avoid any disadvantage of liquids. Next, by taking the criteria of sustainability into consideration, only calcium oxide and silica gel are the final two possible candidates for the dehumidifier desiccants. So lastly, by comparing the properties and capabilities of the final two candidates, assimilation identify the most feasible candidate to be used, which is the silica gel. Moving on, let's look on the dehumidifier modeling. So the table shown here is the product performance and its statements. So the first product performance is the initial and final relative humidity. So the interior dehumidifier is expected to reduce the relative humidity of air in enclosure from 81% to 40% at 28 degrees Celsius. So the second product performance is the lifespan, and the dehumidifier is expected to last up to 60 days depending on the temperature and condition. So we will start our calculation by calculate the saturated vapor pressure of moisture in the air at 38 degrees Celsius. By using the formula of Antoine equation, we're able to obtain the vapor pressure of moisture in the air is equal to 3769.135 Pascal. We will continue the calculation by calculate the partial vapor pressure at 81% of relative humidity. By applying the formula shown here, we're able to obtain the initial partial vapor pressure is equal to this value. So by substituting this value into the ideal gas loss equation, we're able to get the initial mass of the water in the air is equal to 59.73 gram. Next, moving on, we calculate the partial vapor pressure at 40% relative humidity. We will obtain the partial vapor pressure, and we also will substitute the partial vapor pressure into the equation, and we're able to obtain the final amount of water in the air is equal to 29.5 grams. The equilibrium amount of moisture absorbed by the silica gel can be calculated by taking the Mi minus Nf. Moving on, the total amount of silica gel required to lower the humidity from 81% to 40% is calculated by taking the equilibrium amount of moisture absorbed divided by the desiccant equilibrium moisture content L, and is equal the total amount of silica gel is equal to 75.58 grams. So the height of the dehumidifier we use is calculated by using this formula, and the height is 0.1 m. Next, according to the model by Shen and Springer, the time required for a material to attain at least 99.9% of its maximum possible moisture content is calculated by using this formula, and the time required calculated for our case is 21 days. So lastly, the total amount of silica gel required for 60 days calculated is 215.94 grams. We have come to the last part of our product design, which is the dehumidifier prototyping. The table shown here is the specifications of our design dehumidifier, which the height of the dehumidifier is 0.1 m, the width is 0.01, and the length is 0.035. So the application of our assimilation dehumidifier specifically targets consumers used in concerts. So the height is designed based on the calculation for the bottling part. Meanwhile, the area of the bay is based on product research. So the final dimension of the dehumidifier are sufficient to fit the total amount of silica gel calculated. The four pictures shown here is the side view, the front view, and the top view, and also the bottom view of our design dehumidifier. So the top of the dehumidifier is designed with a number of small and treated holes to allow the flow of air into the silica gel in the dehumidifier. Besides that, a compartment is designed to place the silica gel in the middle of the dehumidifier, and is also allowed the consumer to replace the silica gel easily.
Okay, so next, regarding the economics, firstly, we talk about the revenue. So the total revenue in 5 years is expected to be 71.2 million, as we can see here, based on the units sold that we set. The units sold that we set depends on the trend, as you can see in this graph. Okay, so this is a trend of sales in. Okay, and then each unit we sell it at 6 ringgit, which is almost the market average price. Okay, so next is about the costing. So the costing includes the fixed cost, variable cost, and capital cost. Okay, so which includes 1 warehouse, 50 employees, and 20 equipments. Okay, so for the variable cost, okay, we count the supply chain, which includes the packaging and the silica gel, which is 2 ringgit and 50 cents per unit. Okay, for rental costs, we have we have rental, which is 22,000 per month. Okay, as you can see, this is an example. This is the place that we are going to rent it. Okay, for marketing is 30,000 per year. The workforce, we have 50 employees, so each will receive 48,000 per year, okay, which is not the minimum wage, okay, which is higher. And then the maintenance, we have 50,000, 20,000, 20 equipments, right? So each will cost 50,000 per year to maintain it. Okay, the next is the capital. Okay, capital, we have 20 equipment, so we have to buy 20 equipments, and each equipment will cost around 200,000. So next is the salvage value. So to make this case much more realistic, so we added salvage value. Okay, so the salvage value is expected to be 4.4 million. Okay, as you can see, the salvage value equals to the 5 million, because we estimate the value of the equipments to be 5 million after 5 years, which is 50% drop in value. Okay, so after we estimate 5 million, we minus the book value, which is 576,000. Okay, then we get 4.4 million. Okay, then after tax, which is 30%, we get around 3.1 million. Yeah, so this is the summary table. So in IFO, we use salesman cost and all these equipments to get the values that's shown here. Then we expect the IRR, which is the investor rate of return, to be 30.9%. Okay, and the payback period is between 2 to 3 years, which is around 2.5 years. Okay, as we can see, we did some research on the average annual return for different investments like stocks, international stocks, bonds, gold, real estate, and deposits. Okay, and we found that our project produced 30.9 rate of return, which is much more higher than stocks and all these investments. Okay, we believe that at the mid of between 2 to 3 years, that is the payback period by finding the cumulative PCF.
Let's look into the sustainable development goals. Our product, which is a Asam Malaysia dehumidifier, is aims to target the sustainable development goals of 3, 13 and 14. Okay. Goal 3 of the sustainable development goal is good health and well-being. Many people are suffering from the effects of high humidity levels such as hypothermia and overheating as a result of our body's inability to effectively release heat, and it's expected that in future there will be an increase in those people. So, Asen's Malaysia dehumidifier could help promote good health and well-being, as it helps to reduce the amounts of humidity in the air, which can eliminate a musty odor, a wet area, or more specks in the world. Goal 13 of the Sustainable Development Goal is climate action. A study published in Monday's Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences demonstrated that the severity of climate changes since 1980 is roughly twice as bad as previously estimated when air moisture and heat are taken into the account. Additionally, Asen's Malaysia's dehumidifier is made up of completely biodegradable materials, which make it sustainable and aligns with the current market trend towards the sustainability as well. Lastly, the goal 14 of the Sustainable Development Goal is life below water. This goal is aimed to protect and sustainably utilize the oceans, seas, and marine resources. Therefore, among other goals, it aims to control fisheries, minimize and treat the impacts of ocean acidification, and prevent and reduce all forms of manipulation. Through Asen's Malaysia dehumidifier, microplastic river pollution could be greatly reduced, as our dehumidifier is made up of biodegradable materials that are environmentally sustainable, thus contributing towards environmental sustainability. Okay, let's look into the product sustainability in the market. It was discovered that sustainability has a significant impact on the consumer preference. In fact, the majority of consumers are making sustainable purchase decisions. In this case, our product can be considered an environmentally friendly product. In the desiccant selected for our dehumidifier is silica gel, and the packaging selected is biodegradable packaging. Silica gel is generally non-toxic, biodegradable, and environmentally safe, and the correct way use of and properly disposed. So our product is environmentally sustainable by complying with the 3 sustainable development goals discussed in the previous subsection. The shift in consumer purchasing power could be benefit our product. Moreover, another impact factor influencing purchasing decision is the price and longevity of use. Price-sensitive consumers are concerned about product quality and durability. They prefer high-quality products at reasonable prices over low-cost alternatives. In this scenario, our dehumidifier has a major benefits, as it only costs RM6, which is cheaper than the normal selling price, if not cheaper than other dehumidifier in the market. Additionally, the lifespan of our dehumidifier could last up to 60 days or 3 months of use, which makes the price more reasonable. Therefore, with our product's specification and performance, we are sure that the product will be sustainable in the market after launching. Okay, these are references that we used. Okay, That's all from all of us. Thank you.